All right, all right. Welcome to CoCreative NoCode's Office Hours, episode number 89. We are here with Thomas, who is a member here. And just like always, every day of the week, we do office hours, Monday through Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. And members like Thomas can come onto our live, onto the Zoom call, and ask us any bubble questions they want. Bring up any bubble topic. You can bring me a bug, you can bring me a feature request, we can do build alongs, we can check out plugins that you want to check out, anything you want. And it is easy to sign up. You just go to CoCreativeNoCode.com and you can sign up for a free account. But most importantly, if you want to join us on the lives, you can go ahead and sign up for $49 per month and become a member of CoCreative NoCode. And you can join us on all of the lives every day of the week if you want. Thank you for being here, Thomas. It's good, as always, to see you.
Hello, hello.
I say see you, but all I do, I see your name and I hear your voice.
Yeah, I honestly I move around so much constantly. I have like severe ADHD. So I don't want to distract anybody with my movement.
With your movements on camera, I gotcha. I feel you. I feel you.
I'll pop in one of these days.
That sounds good. So let me know when you're going to do it and I'll make sure I'm like camera ready and we can be on at the same time.
When we meet together, I will obviously have my camera on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I
would not leave you with a blank T.
Gotcha. I appreciate that for sure. For sure. Hi, Kim. How are you today? You're all quiet.
Hold on. It took forever to get to the unmute button.
It's okay. No worries.
No, okay. I'm good. Doing well.
That's good.
Doing better. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think Thomas has something for us, so I will stop sharing so he can share.
Okay.
Give me 1 second as I get myself ready here. So mine is a bit of a feature request. I was trying to give you a little background now. Think of how to create an order. So I'm at the point where I want to create the order for a user that is applying to a job. And I want that order to be received by the job post owner.
Okay, so
I will share so you can see what I'm talking about.
Awesome. So peaceful, your background image.
Oh yeah, I never dabbled with it. All right, let's see. What am I doing here? So when I click on, a job post and it shows the job post information, and I click bid. When I click bid, I'll fix this later. But when I click bid, I want, that user that wants to bid on this specific project to add the cost, what their cost will be for that job, write a message, and then attach their proposal, and then send. So what I've done in here is done a few things based off of a video that I was watching here. So I can continue explaining. I'll just stop here. Let me know if you have any thing to say.
So far, so good.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. So what I want to do is, like I said, create a bid. So in this case, like I explained. So when I'm creating the new bid, I have the cost, as you can see, most of these things connected to the inputs that I have on that actual form. And then I have this particular situation going on here. And I want to know if this is done correctly.
From current user.
Yep. And then to parent group users creator, and then job post, parent group job post.
That all seems reasonable to me.
This is the bid data type. And as you can see, here's all this. Initially, we had just cost.
Okay.
We had cost as a field when we were doing it together. But now I've changed that and I've just put bid and uptype bid. so that it can have this information. How does that?
Wait, so, oh, okay. So there's a job post and then the bid is made on the job post. And then if they're awarded the job, then there's a job thing created that's attached to the bid.
And from what I understood when you were helping me set up my data types here, is that this job data type would be where each user is interacting with one another, the specific user, the creator of the job post, and the person bidding.
Right. And then quick question. In addition to, so is the job post editable by the poster, by the creator of the job post?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay,
Yep.
because one thing you might consider doing is, in addition to all of the other things you save on the job, you might also save on the bid and then on the job itself, the text of all of this, right? So like you can attach it to the job post by having a job post field and then putting that job post in there. But if the creator of the job post can edit the job post, then you don't want to rely on that for historical information. You actually want to hard copy the details into the bid and on the job itself.
Okay, there's some things that I kind of caught there and some things that I didn't catch.
Yeah, so this is just from experience, having created a gig marketplace before. If you're going to want to store, go back to the database. So on the bid and on the job, you want to store what the job post was as well. Like you want that information to be attached to those things. So like what, like, yeah. And here's the thing though, is if they can edit the job post, then that's not static information. You want static information there for historical purposes. Because when they go back to look at it, what they agreed to, if the job post has changed, then the freelancer is going to feel frustrated.
Right, I get it, because it would be like a breach of contract. I got
it. Would be like, yeah, bait and switch, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So how would you go about this in this situation? Because in regards to implementation, I kind of missed it. So you're saying essentially cut it off from one of these, right? Would it be from both job?
Like you could put it on the bid because that's the first place that would need it. So right. You can go ahead and keep the job post if you want to, right? Because that's not a harmful thing to do, but you can create all of the fields that you have on the job post thing, and then just write them into this data type specifically. Like as in addition to, like it seems redundant, but it's like not really.
Write out fields that would match these.
Yeah. Yep. And that way the bid captures exactly what the bid was for, in addition to the bid itself.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, do I keep this the same then? You said it's redundant, so I guess keep it the same.
Yeah, no, keep it. You want it to, yes, everything that you have in job post is fine. You just want to also copy that information into the bid data type. Otherwise, you would make it so that if the user goes to edit the job post, you wouldn't let them edit it. You would just create a new thing.
So in bid, if I were to create those fields, these fields, and put it into bid, this is where the hard-coded copy would be, right?
Exactly. And then
be where the dynamic editable version would be.
Exactly.
Okay. I should probably obviously add a specific contract in here, huh? I'll think about that later. But okay, I kind of understand what you're saying.
But I don't think that was your original question. I think that was just.
It's good to know. I mean,
yeah,
really important. You had mentioned it prior, but I guess it was still a little abstract at the moment.
It's one of those things where I ended up spending a long time thinking about it after thinking it was going to be easier than it was. So I want to save you the pain.
I am here so you can save me. Okay. So I I will do that a little later. So in regards to what my previous question was, now I'm trying to remember what it was. So it was actually really
Oh,
important
you
to
were
know.
showing me how everything is stored.
Yeah. What I want to do, and I still have to figure out the UI on this too. Oops, a little bit. What I want to do is that when they click bid and they click send, you know, remove it, that's easy to do. But I want the receiving person, the person receiving the bid, I want them to get notified, and that they would click it and then it would pop up. I'm trying to still think about the UI, so that's really the goal, right?
Okay.
And then yeah.
So in the same workflow that you create the bid, by the way, hello, Donnya, welcome.
Hey, just watching.
Yeah, I'll be with you in just a moment. And Jordan is joining us as well. Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
Welcome. Okay, so yep, in the same workflow that you create the bid, you're going to do an action to, I assume like you're talking about email notifications.
Yeah, I have that action set here.
Okay.
And I kind of like give like a breakdown of what's going on so that they don't actually have to open it.
Sure.
Want to, but yeah. I made it the last step. I don't know if that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that what you meant?
Yep, that's what I meant. You've already done it.
So how does this look here?
That looks great.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm missing anything. Am I missing anything?
Is there a keyword for this?
I don't think so, because if you were missing something, then you would see a add all fields button, like a link at the bottom, and you don't. So you must have all of your fields represented.
I guess like a keyword would be how to transfer information from one user to another. I don't know if that's like a key sentence.
Wait.
She was asking the keyword for what we're talking about.
Oh, the keyword. Yeah, I guess we're talking about notifications right at the moment, like sending users notifications.
Gotcha.
Or email notifications. Okay, what's next?
So we're good here, huh? I guess I just have to try it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to create the UI so that the recipient can open it.
Okay.
So I will actually just take care of that later. I will let the next person go. But this is working as you suggested.
Yeah. Have you tested the email that it's going out and everything?
I have not, no.
Okay.
That's something, I just set this up like probably an hour prior to doing this. So.
Well, you did a great job. I don't have any comments other than just be wary of editable job posts.
I would be devastated. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Welcome, Brittany. It's good to see you.
Hello.
Hello. So our next member here, Donnya, is here. Did you bring something to office hours this evening?
I had an issue with the I think it was the email triggers for my Webflow, but I just recognized how to make it work. So I'm able to find the emails that come through the subscription form.
Okay.
But I still wanted, I'm not sure about, so I'm collecting emails, which is good, but I still want to be able to send a confirmation from my pink coconuts to the customer who just subscribed, so that they know that, okay, well, we got it. And that's been my issue, really.
Okay. Did you want to share your screen?
Sure. I actually wasn't very prepared because I've never done this before. Okay. Don't touch my tabs.
There's a background noise. Is that something happening in the background, or is it like feedback?
Everybody says that. Okay, so is there crickets in Barbados?
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Got it.
Yeah, so at night, like, yeah, that happens. All right, that's
No worries.
Okay, so here is the where people sign up, and I'm able
That's
to store those in a.
beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm able to store these emails so I have a CSV file, which is good, but I still need to be able to like follow up with them and have like triggers and that kind of thing. And in between this time, I have a CDO, but they don't. I think no code is new to them.
Okay.
So that's the challenge that the company is having.
Okay, so you want to trigger emails to people. So you have an email list, and then you want to be able to set up triggers to email them from Bubble. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, and what kind of triggers do you want? Do you want them to be time-based? Do you want them to be campaign or sequence-based? Or how do you want them to be triggered?
I think time-based will be interesting. I didn't know that this that this is specifically a Bubble thing. But I
okay.
mean, I'm really open to whatever platform works.
Oh, sure.
I have
So
it here Airtable, so whatever works.
Oh, got it. Okay. So yeah, so actually I don't think Bubble, like if the question is about sending emails either on a timed basis or a broadcast basis where you just send the same email to everyone on your list, that sort of thing can be answered through a CRM with email marketing automation. So my recommendation actually for that would be Active Campaign, would be the easiest to learn and use and the least expensive also in terms of, I mean, I guess you can't beat free, like with, what is it called? What's the big free one with the monkey? I can't, but
MailChimp?
Yeah, MailChimp. There you go. The chimps aren't monkeys. I got it.
Monkey.
I was like, I see the like animal in my hand. I'm like, what is that? So yeah, MailChimp is like free or whatever. So you could do MailChimp for that. I like Active Campaign a little bit better. It just like, it feels more like you have more control and it's a much nicer interface. And I think the last time I used it, it was $15 per month for up to 500 contacts or something like that.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, and then what you can do is when you're in Active Campaign, you can set up specific sequences of emails to go out. So you can write a series of 10 emails that you're going to send to every person who signs up on your website. But they go out at different times based on when the person signs up. So there's the first one that goes out immediately, and then you can set it to go out like one day later, or you can set it to go out on the first Monday after they sign up, however you want to do it. So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's a much better way to go about it than using Bubble. So
okay, perfect. And then how, I guess, so is it simple? So then I'm able to embed it in Webflow?
I've never used Webflow, to be honest, but I hear lots of people love it. And I'm sure that you can find people, even in the Bubble community, who would be able to help you get that connected. So yes, the answer is yes, absolutely. You could use it with Webflow.
Okay, perfect. So then I'll look up Active Campaign and how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, just be careful. I'll share my screen with you because I want to make sure you don't fall into the pitfall of paying too much for Active Campaign. Okay. Because they like to trick people. So go to activecampaign.com and you go to their, you can start your free trial, but go to the pricing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here it's $9 a month if you pay yearly, but you click here and it's $15 per month and you can sign up that way.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah. And then if you do end up with any like questions or problems with ActiveCampaign, I'm pretty familiar with it. I've used it several times. So
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So one other question though, as it relates to Pink Coconuts is a marketplace. Clearly, that's what we're trying to build, and we have some partners and community and that kind of thing. What do you think do you think Bubble would be a good use case? Because obviously we want to move over to kind of a web app where we have a login and that kind of thing. I mean, we're not quite there yet. We're trying to just pull together a lot more, I guess, partners.
yeah. So if you're
Yeah.
building a marketplace, Bubble is absolutely where I would go with it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Webflow, you can do quite a bit of fancy stuff in terms of making a great looking website.
Yeah.
And they do have some integrations that give you some interactivity with it, but I don't think you're going to be hard pressed to do better than Bubble in terms of a platform for building out advanced functionality of an app.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome, Jacob.
Hello.
Thank you, Tonya.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's see. Jordan, I think you came in before Brittany, right? I think so. Did you have
I'm
something?
not sure, but Brittany can go first. I don't mind.
Oh, okay. But did you bring something for this evening? Or you just tuned in?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah.
You do? Okay. Brittany, did you have something?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Did you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. I'll
Okay.
stop sharing and you can go ahead and share.
Okay, so yesterday we did something with the viewing the files from the multi-file uploader. And today when I got back on my computer, it's not working. I don't know
don't you love
what's
it when
going
that
on.
happens?
Yes, so I've been all day trying to figure out what's going on. So
Okay.
let me go back. And then I went back and looked at the recording, the live, and I made sure all my inputs were the same, and they are. So I really
It's
don't
like,
know what's
why
going on.
is it not working? All right. Well, before we change anything, let's check and make sure that when you're on the page, you're logged in as a user, but also that you came to that page from the correct link that will send the user's information in there.
Okay, so just go to database to do that.
Yep. So because I think your business owner My Profile page is of type user, if I'm not wrong.
Let me make sure. Is it of type user? Yes, it is.
Okay, so that means that when you go to preview it, that you have to come to it from a different page. You can't just run as.
Right.
Because, yeah.
So how do I do that?
Okay, do you have a page there? Do you have like, what's the page that's going to, or where's the button that's going to send the user into that page?
So, okay, so I have two different type of users, the business owner and a freelancer. So business owners typically won't go to a business owner page. Most likely it'll be the freelancer coming to the business owner page, or if you're a business owner, you of course will see your own profile page. So do I want to run as a freelancer? Or
oh no, so you want to run if we're trying to troubleshoot okay, well that's a very good question. So when you're viewing the page as a freelancer, is it then that you can't see the pictures, or is it when you're running as a business owner?
It's when I'm running as a business owner. Like I try to go through the whole process of adding photos again, and it's still doing the same thing. Like it's an empty cell. The trash can that we put there is still there, but there aren't any pictures showing up.
Aren't any pictures showing up? Okay, but the trash cans are there.
Yeah.
So that means that you have data loading. Okay.
So this is a business owner, or
Okay.
and this is the page. And so we did the reviews yesterday, and this is where I'm having an issue. So so it works if I only load one photo. So say I'll just load this one in. At least it was working with one photo, but it was only taking one picture at a time. And then if I tried to add in multiple pictures at a time, it wouldn't show them up. So I don't know what's going on. It's taking so long.
That's because you're sharing your screen.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's computer gets mad when they share a screen. Technology can't keep up with us. We
Right.
push it.
Okay, so now I hit save, it'll show up. So, and refresh the page and it's there. But if I try to add any more than one picture, it will not show.
Ah, I see. I know what we did wrong. Okay, so go back to the workflow.
Okay. Let's go to.
We're overwriting what's there.
Okay,
and
so
we need to be adding to it instead.
We want to do the workflow for the repeating group. Or the button.
For the button and the pop-up.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So portfolio image add. So no, that shouldn't be writing over it. So that should be fine. And it's just not adding to it.
Mm-mm.
When you so is there like any time that you like after you do that where you make changes to the current user, maybe we need to clear out multi-file uploaders value, like reset it.
Okay.
So maybe element actions
and reset. All right, data or inputs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's like a way to reset the inputs is probably the best thing to do.
So I'm going to drag that here. You made it. I guess I can try that and see if it works. And see, that one is still there, but I'm gonna try to add in more than one picture and see what happens. I'm sorry for the slow upload, but
Oh, we're all in the same business here. We get it. If I could have a nickel for every minute I spend waiting for things to load. Maybe a nickel's not enough for a minute.
Okay, this is the slowest thing. I'm just gonna.
Sometimes Callum will stop sharing his screen, let things upload, and then reshare his screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
sometimes that works better.
Okay. And see, we have no pictures, but I still have this cell here that I can delete. But
I see.
there's nothing there.
But only one, not like 2 or 3, like you had added 2 or 3, right?
Right. But when I add multiple, none of them show up. But if I add one at a time, then they'll show.
Does anybody have any ideas? Jacob or Thomas or Jordan? Go to the add it again, like add a few more pictures again. And then I want to see your database before you delete them.
Okay. It's too many because it's going so slow. Like I'm just going to do 2.
I do not like that file uploader.
Yeah.
Do you like a
UI's
different one?
horrible. I don't
use
know. I
like
haven't
Uppy?
checked other.
I know
What?
Callum uses Uppy uploader. So we might use a plugin to do a different uploader, and that might help.
Yeah, because this one sucks.
we're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
This one sucks. We don't like this one. This is Bubble's multi-file uploader, right?
Yeah.
Get with
Yeah,
it, Bubble.
that's-
Come on.
Yeah, I can't believe that's theirs. Like,
It's
just,
so
just the
yeah,
UI
it's
is
just
so bad.
really bad. Although I did hear really good things from someone who was a beta tester of Bubble's responsive engine recently. The new one.
I need that so bad.
It's apparently it's like the dream has come true. We are getting groups that collapse horizontally.
Oh my, dude, I actually need that like right now.
I know, right? It's
I have
like,
to
come
create
on.
like so many groups or repeating groups just to have
Just to
that
get your
horizontal.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's coming. We're almost there. Okay, so we're in here and we're looking at portfolio image and scroll down because I can see that there's multiple that it's not rendering there. So there's something like something is definitely like going wrong with that uploader. Let's try a different one. Let's try Uppy uploader. So just go to your plugins page.
This thing.
Oh, plugins is the worst.
Yes.
It's so funny how bad, how we make fun of Bubble, but like it's still so wonderful. It's like
I'm gonna stop sharing it. Just
sure,
to see if
yeah,
it
no
works.
worries. That's fine.
Hold on. Oh no. What did I do?
Just yeah, you can
Okay, let
just
me
copy and paste. Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. All right, plugins. Okay, yeah, it definitely works without sharing. Okay, what's the name of it again?
It's Uppy. I think it's UPPY.
Uppy file plus webcam uploader.
Yeah, is it free? The one I'm thinking of is free.
Yes, there actually is 2 of them. One says a file and webcam uploader, and the other one is a transloaded, and it has Uppy at the front of it.
Here, let me
Does
go
it have
in.
like a icon that looks like a arrow with, I don't know what this is, a dog? Let me I'm sorry, I don't know what.
It's okay.
Let me see if I can share my screen now. This is what I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
I think that's it, a feature-rich uploader, multi-file picker with preview. Yeah, let's try that one.
Okay. All right. Let's see if it's here. I don't see it.
Sure. Go into the elements instead. Instead of inputs, go up to elements and see. Yeah, there it is. I thought it Uppy uploader.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I would need I need to do a pop-up for this. So I'm going to delete it. Nope. Where's pop-up? And pop-up. Okay, so I don't know how to use this at all.
Okay, so what we need to do is just, I think maybe you need a button. So maybe make it a little bit shorter and add a button at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about making it pretty yet. Okay, and so then what we need to do is make a button so you can trigger the pop-up to open. So
Okay.
on the page itself.
Yeah. So that would be, I did this. I'll make a separate button. I'm just gonna copy and paste it just in case.
Yes, that's fine. No worries. Element actions show. Pop-up D, I think.
Okay.
All right, and then, yeah, so in the edit me, you want to go ahead and do the workflow, make changes.
Create a new thing.
No, make changes to a thing, because you're making changes to the
Right.
current page user or the current user. Either one, it doesn't matter because it would be the same.
And it would be the profile images.
Portfolio image. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep saying profile.
That's okay. And then you're gonna add Uppy, uploader A, uploaded file URLs.
Okay.
Let's just try it.
Alrighty. So let me preview. Well, wouldn't I need a repeating group for them to show?
You already have it.
Is it gonna?
Because your repeating group is set to the current page user's portfolio image.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you've already got it.
What did I do with the button? Oh man, I put it right under here. Okay. Hold on. Let's move it. Oh, I'm messing everything up.
That's why God made the undo button.
Right. And there we go. Hopefully we can see it. I'm just trying to get a preview. Okay. My device. So I'm gonna try to add like 3. Well, that's quicker than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't do it to close the pop-up, but that's fine. And I'm not sure that it actually saved them.
Can we try? Can we try like uploading just like different kinds of pictures, like your family pictures from yesterday?
Okay, cool. Oh.
For one, you have a beautiful family.
Thank you. So I'm just like, I can see the images on your computer. I don't know why they wouldn't be loading, but it seems like a lot of the issues have just been let me refresh the page because I
But
didn't
you
have it
shouldn't have
set.
to refresh the page. That's the problem.
Um,
Like it's a database change, so it should have been changing. So
unless I have something wrong in the database.
well, I'm wondering if I don't think there's anything wrong with your database. We had it working yesterday. So
Mhm.
that's, it's a list of files, list of images. It shouldn't really matter. There's not a really good reason for that to not be working. Go back to the repeating group. Let me just double check on the repeating group again, but I mean, we definitely saw it working yesterday, with the exception of one picture in the middle.
Right. Where is it? The repeating. Oh, here we go.
Current page users portfolio image is the data source, which is absolutely right. And then so somehow it's just not saving images. Would you mind adding me to your app?
Sure. How do I do that?
You go to settings,
Okay.
and then in collaboration, in the tab, there you go. And then just add 5measures@gmail.com, and 5 is written out. All right, and I will share my screen. I don't know why I can see better when I'm doing it, but I feel like I
Right,
can
I
see
understand.
better.
Right.
It's like, okay, so which page was it? The business owner, my profile.
Yes.
And then down here to,
It's hidden because we ended up
fine.
collapsing the group.
Yep. So image, current page users portfolio image. It's fine. And then that's working. So in our database, we were running as which user?
As Kevin, all the very
As
last
Kevin.
one. Mhm.
Kevin at Gmail. Okay. And Kevin at Gmail currently has these images, and we're just going to remove these. Save that. All right, and I'm going to try it. So I'm going to run this. If I run as, will the page work?
Yes, but you have to
I need to go
click
from somewhere else.
on the business.
So
the way I have it set up is when they log in, they have to choose whether they're going to be a business owner or a freelancer, and then that determines everything else.
Sure.
So I think that's why it doesn't really pull up any information when I just hit run as.
Right,
Because
that's right.
it doesn't recognize.
If I go to setting business owner.
I can't, I feel like you, like I need to, which.
Yeah, which page do you run as from first in order to get all of the information to populate correctly?
The sign up page, because that's where.
Oh, when you sign in. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you sign in, where are you directed to go?
Once the business owner is signed in, it'll go to their profile page. It should. So if we just run the system and then hit log out, then we can just log back in as the user.
Oh, okay, got it.
So the logout
So-
button is in the hamburger menu.
Okay. And then sign up or log in.
Yeah, log in.
Okay. What are my credentials?
It's just no, this is the sign up one.
Oh, okay.
He
I
already
need to
has an
log in.
account, so yeah. So it'll just be kevin@gmail.com, and then the password is 1234.
Okay. And now I can go to
Oh,
my...
it didn't work. Okay, I have to change that.
Okay. All right. And so I want to add pictures. Oops, I don't want shift. So that edit me button wasn't working at all. That's why that that wasn't happening. Okay, so if I go to that button,
It's in the pop-up.
in the pop-up for pop-up D, here we go. And then actions, upload files, Uppy uploader. Then I want to probably add a pause. Actually, trying to remember how we did it with columns. We might have done a do when condition is true every time. Uppy uploader. Actually, I wonder if we have a different option here. And then we have that edit button. Current users, upload files URL. Keep losing the button. Okay, here and then this. Okay, so what I'm doing is every time I add a file to the Uppy uploader A's files, I go ahead and upload it.
Okay.
And then when I click that button, I add the files that were uploaded and then I reset the
Okay.
uploader. So that was the idea behind that. Let's see, are these mine?
The last two.
I'm
I
just gonna
know.
do these so they
Yeah.
stopped driving you nuts.
Right. I didn't even know what I was supposed to be putting in. I was just ignoring it the whole time.
Yeah, if you're not using them, I just use one and it gets rid of it.
Oh, okay.
What is this?
Oh, that's something from I didn't get to finish.
Okay, no
I
worries.
paused on that.
I just want to make sure it's not going to interfere with us. So I'm going to preview this.
think you might be muted. I don't know.
I am muted. Thank you. I automatically, like, without even thinking, I mute myself when I cough. And then I forget to unmute.
I thought you were just working.
No, I was no, Thomas picked up on it. I try to talk as I'm going. So yeah, thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it. So this, we ended up moving this by accident, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move this. Was it back up?
Yeah.
Like here?
Mhm.
All right. So now I'm gonna go back and refresh this. Yeah, there's something like the workflow is happening, but I'm not sure why it's not saving. So I would report this as a bubble bug, or
Mhm.
maybe even clone the page or something, or just maybe delete this and start
Start
over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's something corrupt about this. There's not, like, it's not working the way that it should be working.
Okay.
It's not you, it's them.
Right. It possibly could be me, but I'm gonna.
I
I'm
don't see,
gonna-
I don't think so, because I don't think it's me.
Right.
So, I mean, you have the video, you can show them the video from yesterday where it was working and then it
Right.
stopped working. So, yeah. See, I document these things for a reason.
Right.
All right. Have you ever submitted a bubble bug before?
No, but a buggle would be a nice word for it.
A buggle. So, bug report. So bubble.io/bug_report. You come in here. So this bug happens when I build an app. The urgency of this bug is blocks app development. Yeah, blocks app development. This happens regularly. It's not happening infrequently. I don't know which kind of machine you're on.
Oh, Windows.
Windows.
Mhm.
And then you're using Chrome.
Chrome, yes.
It's happening in run mode, not
Mhm.
edit mode. And then you would say your application name. In your case, it's probably at the bottom here.
Yeah, right.
Like that. The application version is development, because you're not
Right.
running it live. You'd go ahead and give them a link to the editor. I just usually would come here and say,
Okay.
because we're on the business profile side, come to the design tab, just copy and paste it. Then you would go into the page itself and copy and paste there. They ask you your email and password to log in, which I find utterly ridiculous for a software company. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but they ask for it and I give it to them, because what else am I going to do? Bug symptoms, you just explain what's going on. Usually what I do to save everybody heartache and pain is I just make a Loom video. So I don't, have you ever used Loom before?
No, I've never used it.
So it's free to sign up and you can make videos up to like 5 minutes, I think, on their free plan. And you just record your screen and show them what's happening and talk about it as you do it. And then at the end of that, Loom will give you a link to that video and I just would paste it here, right? And that way you don't have to write it out and go back and forth a bunch of times. They can just see what's up.
Right.
And then, this also takes care of this one as well, because they can like watch the steps to reproduce.
Okay.
If you had an error code, you could give it here. If you wanted to give screenshots, you could give them here. There's one other thing. Yeah, I guess if you're in live mode, they ask you if you have, oh, here, did you test your application in safe mode without custom HTML and third-party plugins? So what that means is when you start to run it from here, they give you options.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can do normal, safe, no community, and you can go safe with no plugin and no HTML and just test it and see if that solves the problem.
Okay.
So, yep. And then you click send, and within 1 business day, you'll have a response from Bubble. So,
Okay. Alrighty, thank you.
you're welcome. Definitely. And I won't be here tomorrow. Jordan
Okay.
Richardson is actually going to be running office hours tomorrow. But yeah, if you need help, you can sign in and see if he has any other ideas for you
Okay.
as well, for sure.
Alright.
Yes.
Thank you.
No worries. All right, Jordan, what's up?
Nothing really. I just kind of wanted to get my head around, like, just when you mentioned it before with Thomas, the notifications.
Mhm.
So I don't really know exactly how I want it to work or anything, but I just noticed, like, in the Canvas template, there's like a little button up here,
Mhm.
and it looks like you can send notifications.
Yes. So you can have notifications of messages, and then you could also set up a separate notification system. So this has to do with messages specifically. Some people will use the messaging like system to send notifications, not actual messages.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yep, that works too.
So if you were doing it as a notification, can you send it as one notification that notifies all different users, or what's the best way to do it?
Yeah, you could do that, because you could set up that repeating group to look for. So you do have messages. So go to your messages tab
Where is it?
on the left. Yeah.
No, that's not messages.
Oh, you're not using it for messages? Okay. Were you planning on having messages for users message back and forth?
Yep, I am.
You are? Okay. So yeah, so then if you wanted to broadcast a message to everyone, you could do that. And I'm trying to think, like, would you want people to be able to respond? But probably not. You just want it to be an outgoing message. Like,
probably respond. Yeah, I mean, like, so like a kind of like a Slack message, I guess, you know, where you can write a message and then other people can comment under it.
mhm. And you want them to be one-on-one. So you send the same message to all of the users, but then each of the threads are one-on-one. So you can see their responses, but not everybody can see their responses.
Oh no, it can be all open. Yeah, so
So group message. Okay.
just like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's fine. Yeah, then you would create a thread with all of your users and just add users to that thread every time they sign up, like every time you add them on the app. And then when you send a message to that thread, then what Bubble would be looking for, or Canvas would be looking for, is any message that doesn't have that current user in the red field. So if you go to your database, and you go to the thread, the T thread. So you don't have it yet, because you haven't installed the messaging yet. But once you do, there's going to be a T thread there. I can show you what it looks like in mine if you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do I install that? Is it a block?
Yep, it's a block. And
Okay.
Canvas has a couple different ones. I'm trying to remember which app I have it on. Let's see. Where do I have it? I probably have it in the June one because we set up that messenger and we were comparing it to Canvases. Nope. All right, well, we'll just add it. That. So in the T threads here in the data type itself, we have inactive, yes or no, last message sent, the date, and then the users. And then in the messages, you have the text of the message, the attachment, which thread it belongs to, the list of users, and then the viewed by users. And so what you're going to do is you would track every time the user loads a thread, you would run an action on a list of all of the messages in that thread where that current user isn't in this field, and you would add them to this field, right? And that's what's going to control whether or not there are any unread messages. And so that bell up at the top, it actually has, you can't see it because it's hidden, but there's a little dot at the top.
Yeah, I've seen that red dot. Yeah.
Yep, and it has a number. Sometimes it'll have a number, and what all it's doing is it's just counting how many messages that user is listed as a user that they're not listed as viewed by. And so it just counts that, and then it's showing you those threads that have messages that are unread. So to hook that up, let's go to, let me see here. What am I looking for? Group header, group logged in. I think that's the bell. Widget notifications, yep. So this little bell here, and then if you look, that's the group count. So there's probably a text element in here, yeah, which has the parent group's number. And so the group holding it, the condition is data source is 0. So you would have to hook this up to send the data source here would be a search for messages.
What does T stand for in the T message, T comments?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Current users and viewed by users does not contain current user.
And then how do you make them change it to view by? Is it just when it's visible?
Yeah, so when the user clicks to open the thread, so like wherever
on page load or
on the, yeah, when they click to open the thread, then that's when you go through and you would make changes to a list of things. So like what I would do here, I'll just do it in a custom event, but you would put it on a button. And basically you would say, make changes to a list of things, and you would make the changes to a list of T messages. And here you would do the same search for Team
So they have to click
messages.
it, so they have to click it. They just can't like see it on the screen.
Oh, in order to clear it?
Well, yeah.
You could do something around the visibility, but I don't think it's really worth it. I think if they click into the thread, then you can, yeah. Viewed by users doesn't contain current user. Current user. So yeah, so whatever that click is to view the thread, then you'd search for the messages where the users contains the current user, but doesn't contain, but the viewed by users doesn't contain the current user, and then you would add the current user to the viewed by users. And that will clear the notifications.
Cool.
Yep.
Did you, how far did you get through the backend list? Did you get any further on that?
Good question. So I haven't opened it up yet. I just got invited to the backend list account for that new app that we're working on today. And I should be getting some like more information about how it was set up. He already has like 137 like fields or something in there. So he's making progress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the
Do they
really
need to store files in there as well?
I think I'm not sure if you can store files directly. I don't know that they have any sort of file storage, but you could definitely store the links to files and set the type of content in a field to be file.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Do you think it's okay to store the files in Bubble?
To do file storage with Bubble through their AWS, it's more expensive after you get to a certain level. So generally, if you're going to be doing a lot of file storage, you would want to either integrate with S3, AWS, or box.com, or Wasabi, or some people even use Google Drive or Google Cloud Storage, or I've seen Dropbox as well.
Yeah, I've got the box one up and running, but the only thing is you can't rename the files. That was the only thing that annoys me on it.
You couldn't rename the files.
No, not through the plugin.
Not through the. I'll have to ask Juan, a different Juan from usual. Instead of Juan V, I would ask Juan A. I think he had that working to set the names. Do you mean like you can't change it after the fact, like after you upload it, you can't change it?
Well, there's just like on the zero code plugin.
Oh, you can't do it from that plugin.
No.
Yeah, but you could probably figure out like a simple API call to make the change to a file name. I say simple API call. I do not mean that setting up API calls is simple. Like for anybody who's like, oh, she knows APIs. I struggle with them, friends.
Would that be in addition? Would you do that in addition to the plugin, or would you?
Yeah, I do that all the time. Like with so like an example of piggybacking is what I guess I will call it. Like I love Bubble's Stripe plugin. It does a really fantastic job, and I haven't found an occasion to like where I didn't want to use it. At least if I have a reason to integrate with Stripe at all, then I use this plugin here. And then but I also have one API call that I use here. I'm not going to expand it because I'm sharing my screen and it's got my API keys in it. But if you go and look at where I use it, I create an invoice and then I charge using the Stripe plugin. And then right after I do that, I take the result of this step and I take that charge ID and I run an API call into Stripe using the API connector, because I will just go ahead and say it, for some stupid reason, when you use Bubble's Stripe plugin, it doesn't return the status of the charge object. So in order to get the status of the charge ID that was created here, I have to send in an API call to Stripe and have them return it. And then I can grab the status. So combining plugins, I mean, all a plugin like ZeroCode's plugin for box.com, all it is the API connector set up for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing magical about it. They've just figured out the API calls and put it together in a way that you can import them into your app. So
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so if you want to change the file names, so like if you want to be able to edit file names, you just have to go to box.com API documentation, change file name. So update file, put file ID, and then
Yeah, I saw you can do it through the API. I just never done an API before, so.
Yeah, so the API connector, it's a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe I'll book a private session, we can go over it.
Sure. So like here, the biggest unknown whenever you're working with an API is how you're gonna set up the authentication. But the cool thing is if you go to plugins and you go for like box.com, so both of these happen to be paid and both by ZeroCode. Let's just see if there's somebody who's doing Box without it. This one's free, but it's done by Bubble. So usually they don't let you see their code. But a lot of times what you'll have is you'll have a free one and you go to this plugin page and it'll let you see the plugin code. This is for Dropbox, not Box. But you just go to the API calls here and it shows you how it set it up. So the authentication would be private key and header, and the key name would be authorization and then a key, or authorization and then your key value. So like you can just copy the way that it is here. If anybody's looking to do something similar with OAuth, Cameron Wilder Booth gave me this wonderful like resource. OAuth issues resolved. You can go to this forum post and he talks about how to keep yourself from getting kicked out every 10 seconds or whatever when you're trying to create an OAuth integration. But that's just for OAuth, right? For your purposes for Box, you probably just need to set up a, they tell you actually, the request authorization, you have to put bearer space access token and then set the content type to application JSON. And from here, goes in this one. So like you would have to do, what was it? Private key and header, authorization, and then add your key value And you could put your development key value. And then you would just set up the API call, right? So add a call. In this case, it would be a put.
Can you check that? This is if
Use as data. We're going to use this as action. This has to do with where you're going to be using the API, whether you're going to be using it in workflows or on the page itself in the design tab, right? And so then you would put your call here, and basically they're saying put file ID. And then you just have to figure out how to tell them what they want to know. So like this is probably going to be your, yeah, I can copy this. Oh, it only copied the end. I need the whole thing. Files, and then your file ID, you put it in brackets, and then you can add a file ID here and make it not private, and that's how you would make it dynamic, right? So this takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, honestly. That's why the plugins are super helpful, because they figured all of this stuff out for you. But if a plugin doesn't have the call that you want, this is how you kind of research it to figure out like what you need to do to get done what you want to get done.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have anything else?
Nope. I mean, I'm good.
Okay.
If no one else had anything else, do we still have time?
Yep, we do.
Okay. So I've been trying to implement a favorites button. I'm
Okay.
going to share my screen. So on the freelancer profile, a business owner will be able to favorite which freelancer they would like to keep coming back to do work orders for them.
Sure.
So they will be able to click, well, this is what I'm trying to make it do, where it will click the icon, the empty icon, and then turn it into a red heart, but it's not working. And I also wanted the workflow as to where when the business owner clicks it to save this particular freelancer, that it would go, that it will show up in this repeating group on their page, but I don't know if I have that set up correctly either.
Okay.
So,
sure, we can do that.
okay. So for the workflow that I have, well, let me first, not that one, this one. I have a workflow. I had it toggling because I was just trying to figure out, but toggling is not actually saving it.
Yeah.
It's just like a state and it changes when it refreshes. So I know that it's not correct.
Got it. So you're actually going to need two workflows for this.
Okay.
So the first workflow is when the heart is clicked, and then you're going to put a condition on it, on the actual workflow. The bigger,
okay, so,
the great, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yep.
So when that one is clicked, I need to put a what on?
Actually, no. So go ahead and click the workflow. There you go. And then only when you're going to put a condition there.
Oh, okay.
All right, and so the current user, I'm guessing, is going to have a favorites
Right.
list. Okay.
I
All
think
right.
I have a favorites. So, let me show you in the database just so I know which favorites we're working with here. Like I said, I always make two separate types, data type for the actual favorites. And I don't know if this is correct. I have like the freelancer, which will be a user, and then their profile image, because I want their image to show up on the actual favorites page. And then I also made a yes and no favorites type, and then I have a list of users as a favorite. So I don't know if any of that is correct, but
Okay, so we won't need the list of yes and no's,
okay,
but we will need the list of users.
okay.
And then but it seems like you don't need the list of users if you're expecting, if you're saving it as a separate thing in the database, the favorites
Right here.
thing in the database. So maybe you can deprecate both of those.
Okay.
So the freelancer, and then the freelancer is the one who's setting the favorite, right? So they're the
No.
owner of the favorite, or the businesses?
The businesses will be the only ones who can favorite. So they're
Okay.
favoriting the freelancer because they want to come
Okay.
back and get that same person to redo
So
their work.
I would call that favorited freelancer then, just
Okay.
to keep things clear.
Well, the data type or the user?
The field, right? No, right
Oh,
where you
oh,
are,
right here.
the
Gotcha.
favorited freelancer.
Okay.
And then I don't know that I would store the profile picture. I think I would delete that. Yeah, I don't think you need that, because the freelancer's profile picture is saved on the freelancer, on the user itself. So then you're going to need a
Right.
new field though. And I would call it owner. That's just my own notation for it. And it's going to be of type user. And that's going to be the business owner.
Okay.
Now you can use the created by. I understand that the created by field exists and you could use that.
Mhm.
And 99% of the time that would work. But when you're building apps and you're creating test data to use, it's much easier just to have an owner file, the owner field instead. Okay, so now that you have that, then on the workflow itself, you're going to say when do a search for, so not current users, do a search for favorites, and the owner is current user, equals current user. Yep. And then current user, and add a new constraint, and favorited freelancer equals current page user, and then count. So go to where it says more, on the where it's red.
Oh, on this side. Gotcha.
Yep. Count is less than 1. Oh, sorry, is less than, not is.
Oh.
So click on it. Yeah. Is less than 1. 1. Okay. And then now what you're going to do is in the actions, create a new thing. And it'll be a favorite.
Would it be the
owner is the favorited freelancer will be the current page user.
Okay, gotcha. And the owner would be the current user.
Current user, exactly. User. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to right click on the workflow, which is and copy. And then right click and paste. And now you're going to change the condition on the workflow and say when it's greater than 0. Nope.
Hold on. Oh, I can't.
And then now you're going to go to delete. You're going to say delete. It's for step 1.
You said I'm going to say what now?
You'll get, so
I'm
go ahead
getting a little
and
confused.
instead of creating a new favorite, you're going to delete a thing
Oh,
from the
gotcha.
database.
Okay. Okay.
So just click to add an action.
I'm trying to understand while I'm while you're
Yeah,
doing.
no worries. If you have any questions as we're doing it, just ask. So we're going to go to the data things and delete a thing. Yep. And you're going to delete, do a search for. And you're going to, yep. Current page. And the first item. There you go.
I understand now.
Now we need to set the conditions on the icon so that it shows red when it's supposed to and not when it's not. So the condition, the normal condition of it is to be white or is to be red?
So is this one is the normal condition of it to be white. So what I ended up doing, which I don't know if it's right, I added 2 different hearts. Well, this heart isn't, it doesn't have a fill, it's just empty. So even when I changed the color, it would just change the outline of it. So that's why I went and grabbed another icon with the filled one and
Gotcha.
remove that condition.
Okay, so you're going to show the one that is doesn't have a fill, just has an outline.
So
you're going to that one, you're going to hide it on page load.
Okay, I think I have it hidden. Yep. Okay.
And then what's going to show it is going to be the condition of a count less than 1 of that same favorite.
Okay, so I need to do another condition. So it would be, but now if.
So it's do a search for.
Okay, the same thing. Favorites. And.
Favorited freelancers, current page user. And owner is current user. And then count is less than 1.
Where can't, oh, here we go. Wait, is that the right? Yeah.
And then you're going to show this one because this is the empty one.
All right.
And then you're probably going to want to move that up. I'm trying to see
the condition up.
Yeah, so you wait, current users type of user is.
So I have the different
business.
Yes, so I had to do 2 different ones. When I said when the current user type of user is freelancer, they can't favorite them themselves. So that's why I have it.
Got it. Okay.
Showing.
So then what we probably want to do is the elements that both of the icon elements should probably be in the same group.
Okay.
And then put that condition in terms of showing the thing or not on the group and not on the icons.
Okay. So how would I get, will it work if this is hovering over? So say if I, let me do this off of that group. So it was. I'm trying to make it look like it's seamless, you know, when they.
Oh yeah. So what you can do is is, you don't worry about it, just leave it where it is right now. And
Okay.
then go on the outside to the left, the outside of the borders of the page,
Oh, okay.
and then drag your mouse over both elements.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what. There we go.
Okay, and
Right,
now
so
right
now-
click on it, and you're going to want to, well, yep. So you group them in a group, but now I want you to undo that real
Oh,
quick.
sorry.
It's okay. And instead, yep, right click, and then you want to center, align horizontal centers and then align vertical centers.
Okay.
And now right click and group them together in a group.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, so now the conditional needs to be on the group and not on the actual
Yep.
icon.
And so when current users,
Type of user is freelancer. So
I think I would do it a little bit differently.
okay.
So I would say it's not visible on page load. And then when current users type of user is business.
Yeah, I did that the first time with the previous way I had it, and it would still show up. We can try. I want to try it that way this time too. So let's take that off.
Well, because we're going to combine them, right? So current users type of user is business and.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, hang
Yeah.
on a second. Because that should be. Is type of user a text?
Well, yes, it will be either a freelancer or a business owner. And I
Yeah,
think it's
but
a type text.
the field is a text field, right?
Yes, I think.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Just go back and then now click where it says business owner and click more. And current page user is not current user.
Page user is not current user.
Yeah, that way they can't like themselves, like you said.
Right. Okay, and so that would be this one. Did I turn it off here? I did. Okay.
So now it won't show if you're on your own page. It will show if you're a business owner and it's not your own page.
Right.
The group will.
Right.
And so now we just have to determine when the two icons are visible.
So I can delete
yes.
these. Okay. And this
undo, because I think you had a condition on it or that we wanted to keep or no.
That was,
oh no, we did that on the other one. Never
yeah.
mind. Okay, you can remove that. Okay, so now we just need to set that when that condition there, yeah, so do a search for.
And the count would be less.
Is greater than 0. Then you want to show it because it'll be red.
Sorry, I don't know what.
That's fine. Then this element is visible. Yep. And then you're just going to want to delete that other one.
This one.
Yep. Because it'll automatically not show on the page unless it's unless the count is greater than 0.
Okay. here and I want to preview. So I will have to do that as a business owner. So
As a business owner who's not that business owner.
right. I can go to this one. Oh, it's not showing the heart.
Okay. Are we, so you're
So this only
you're logged in as a business owner.
And this is a freelancers page.
And oh, okay, hang on. So go back to our conditions on the group around the icons. So on the group though, so if you go to
On the
appearance,
group. It's
if
so
you go,
hard.
if you go to appearance
Oh, okay.
and then scroll down to the bottom and select parent child, group G. All right, and so now go to the condition. So current users type of user is business owner and current page user is not current user. Well, I don't think we need that though, because
last
the
part.
current page user is a freelancer, not a business owner.
Right.
Okay, so we
Okay,
can
so-
delete that.
Oh.
Just one more delete button and yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right, so current user's type of user is business owner. And this element is visible. All right, and then let's go to the other two. So the two icons, it seems like
Okay.
one of the conditions on one of the icons is wrong. I think that one's right.
Okay, so I need to go to which group on here? Let's see. Hold on.
Nope, not the group. You want to find the other icon. So
I
see
know
over
how-
where, yep, exactly. Hide it and then click. Search for favorites count is less than 1. This element is visible. Okay, and then go to appearance. Well, let's see. Okay, so current user's type of user. So remove that condition.
And I also have this
and
one on the top.
Remove that condition
Okay.
and move that condition up. The bottom one, move it up.
Mhm.
Oh, it doesn't let you. Okay, never mind. Okay, go and refresh and see if it works.
I'm on the wrong page.
No.
And I am in as a business owner. Yes. And that's what I was saying. That's what it did to me the last time when I just put in under the conditional. Let me go back. I think it's under the group conditional.
Go. Hang on a second. Which user are you running as?
Kevin. as a
Kevin
business
still. So
Mhm.
Kevin's business, or sorry, user type, username, type of user is business owner.
Current users, type of user is business owner.
Which page are we on? We're on the
Freelance
freelancer additional
Mhm.
info.
profile page.
Oh, profile page. Okay. G. Current user's type of user is business owner. This element is visible. And then where do they see the freelancers to get to this page?
So the only way that they can see a freelancer is if the freelancer has accepted an order. So the way that they get there is through the work orders page, and like it will have
Can you send me in the chat? Can you send me the link?
to this
Yeah,
I don't know.
just send me, yeah, send me the link to the preview.
Oh, okay. To on the freelancers page, right? That's what you're asking? Or this link right here?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how to do that.
So yeah, so you're previewing your app right now. So at the link up at the top, I send that one to me.
You,
Yeah.
got you. I thought you were talking about like through the and
And then how do I know who I'm signed in as? Can I see my profile, my business profile? Let's see. So this is Kevin. Okay, so I'm logged in as Kevin. And then on the page itself, let's see here. Do you want me to share my screen?
yes.
Okay.
Stop sharing.
It's the wrong one. I have too many tabs. All right, here. Okay. That's right. And then I want to be on this one here, and I'm trying to see that group. And so I'm going to click on this group, and I'm going to bring to front, and I'm going to refresh. That didn't work. And I want to group G. It's not visible on page load, but I'm going to make it visible on page load just because. Okay. So it's clearly
maybe it's
something with our
there.
conditions.
Maybe no, I don't know.
No, I mean, if the condition was right, it would be showing up on the page, right? So this condition here is not working to make it visible, because when I turn this one off, it doesn't show up. So current user's type of user is business owner. I'm definitely logged in as Kevin, right? And so go here, and Kevin's type of user is business owner. So I'm going to copy this. This is one of the tricky things of working with conditions where you have type of user is business owner, like is text, is it can get messed up, but I don't think you did. I just like, I'm not sure what's happening here.
Maybe I just need to close out my, there it goes.
There we go. So
I
now,
probably typed it in wrong.
there we go.
Yep. It looked like it was right. I guess, like you said, it's probably just.
It didn't work on the second click though. So there's something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what it is. We have the workflow on the icon and not on the group. We should
Right.
make it on the group. So what we'll do is we'll just go here and we'll switch the element to group G
Okay.
and group G, and now it should work. Okay, so there's something wrong here. So group G is clicked and search for favorites. Count is less than 1. Then we create a new one. And if it's greater than 0, then we delete. That seems right. Well, it's not working. So let's see here. So maybe we have something on the group. Let's see here. So the group, okay, that's right. And then on this heart, this one, search for favorites, count is greater than 0. Show it. And it's not visible on page load. And this one, it's less than 1. Show it. And it's not visible on page load. So that seems right. I wonder if we would be better off with one icon.
Maybe if I did,
Because if you do, so because if I take this one, this is the
red one.
I think this is the blank one. Yeah. So the red one here. And then conditional search for favorites, count is full. We'll just do black. That's what you had it at, right?
Yes.
All right. And so when it's greater than 0, the icon will be this one. And the icon color will be red. Do you know what color? Oh,
It does. Yeah.
it's fine. I
Yeah.
got it. It's right there. FA0F0F. There you go.
So I'm trying to, so what you did was you took away the field heart and you just made a condition to change the heart based on the amount of favorites it has, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
that sounds a
now,
lot easier.
there we go.
Okay, cool. Now the only other thing is how do I get that information to transfer to like a favorites list on the business, that's on the freelancer page, but on the business owners page, how do I get
Down here.
yes.
Okay.
So I have a repeating group there.
So the repeating group, so we're going to the business owner, my profile, and we're going down, I'll just use repeating group here. Group. Is it this
That
one? Okay. And so here, what we're doing is we're searching. We're doing a search for favorites where the owner equals the current user.
Yes. No, I think it will be the current page.
Search for favorites, and then here is parent groups. So this parent group is set to user, and it should be set to favorite. Parent groups, favorites, favorited freelancers, profile image. Is that what it's called? Profile picture. And then this will be parent groups, favorites, favorited freelancers, name, business name, or
no, it would be a username.
Username. Here we go. So then if I just refresh, I don't think I liked the other person, so I shouldn't have anything. So I'm gonna go back to here. There we go.
Thanks. I'll get the design together and everything later, but as long as the actions work.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, all right, I think that's it for this evening, unless Thomas, anything came up in the meantime.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for showing up. We had Jacob and Jordan and Brittany and Donnya and Thomas. We're all here tonight, as well as Kim. So thank you everybody for joining us this evening. We will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, except I won't be here. This will be episode 90 will be the second episode of Office Hours that I will miss. And I will miss all of you, but I'm going to take the day off. And instead, Jordan Richardson, who was, I think, co-founder and CTO of Revitize. You might recognize his name from Bubble advertisements, actually, on Facebook. He's going to be here tomorrow, and he can tell you about his program. I think his business is called NoCode Advantage, and he's doing some advanced coursework in Bubble. He can tell you about it, and be sure to ask him about it. But he'll be here to answer any of your questions and to do any sort of build along. So maybe Thomas, if you have some build along in mind, he can help with that as well. He's excited to be here, and I'm excited that he will be here. I will catch the replay on YouTube, which you can also do. You can go to youtube.com and look up CoCreative NoCode Office Hours, and we should pop up there. Make sure to click the subscribe button and to receive all of the alerts when we have new episodes posted, because Kim posts them every day. Thank you, Kim. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thanks.
You're welcome.
That was good.